New World has got a new open world raid boss, but it's not the one you thought it was. So basically in this new patch there's going to be a Halloween event, and with it there's a new world raid boss, and I've got to say it's pretty cool. Careful, there are going to be spoilers ahead in this video, and this comes with a seasonal event and it's looking pretty good. Quick shout out to my YouTube members, I do really appreciate you guys, and if you want to support the channel, that is the best way to do so. So let's jump into the PTR and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here we are in the PTR, and you might notice, well, one, we're in the new Everfall because that's in the game now in the PTR, and secondly it's Halloween themed. Now every town appears to be converted into this new Halloween kind of like decoration, and the Christmas tree slash statue or whatever it is that was normally in the middle has now been replaced with a giant bubbling cauldron. So the first thing to do with this seasonal event is talk to Salvatore. He appears to be in every town. He's in Windswood and Everfall at least. Anyway, you talk to him and he does actually explain what this whole thing is, right? Which I'm not going to explain for you. If you want to go in and read that, you 100% can. But the one thing you should do is take the quest, which I'm just going to skip through here. You take the quest and it'll give you these rewards. Now this amount of event XP is very important, and I'll explain why. So you accept the quest. Now unfortunately for me, I actually did the world event before I accepted the quest, but I'll show you the actual event itself in a moment. There is a store that goes along with this, so I'm going to open it up, and the first thing you'll see is that it's patterns. Now this is broken down into two things, and I'm just going to move my camera off screen one moment, and there's only 2 levels, and the reputation required to get to the next level is basically 5 million whatever. It's exactly what you get from the quest. So that's how you go from fledgling to the Night Vale Sentinel, unless that changes on live. Anyway, the first one is these patterns, and then the second one is also these patterns and a few sort of like cosmetic items, okay? But what's really important is the fact that these patterns are actually all weapons. There is no armor here, it is all weapons. Now I'll talk about how you get these tokens in a minute, but the patterns themselves, I've bought some of the green ones. I'm not able to buy the orange ones because I've not got the reputation, because I didn't pick up the quest. So I'm just going to come over to the forge and show you what these patterns are actually like. They are like a timeless shard, except obviously you only get one stat. So in this case, for the great axe it's going to be strength, but then for the great sword it's going to be dex, and for the shield it's going to be strength. Now you can see the stats here that perk 1 is the nature shield ward, on the great sword it's keen, and on the great axe it's also keen. I'm presuming, because I'm not wearing all the equipment and stuff, that you will actually get 3 perk. You just have to like wear all your good stuff and get it up, but I'm not doing that because I'm on the PTR and I can't be bothered. So then how do you actually do the event? Well, this bit is really cool. So the first thing you want to do is open up your map, and you'll see this sort of like stag looking icon. This is basically where there is a world boss spawn. Now you're going to want to take some friends, and when I say some friends, probably like quite a lot of friends. I think you probably need, I would guess, maybe 10 to 40 people for this. You need a lot of people. It's not something you're just going to cakewalk, okay? So you see the little icon on the map, and that's where you need to go. And once you get there, you see the mobs in like a circle, but you don't see the big bad boss themselves. Once you engage the fight, the big bad boss will spawn. Now I didn't die during the fight, but obviously you want to try and make sure you don't die, because I'm not 100% sure if you can get back in once you die. However, you can join later on, so you probably can. So just build a camp nearby. Anyway, the world boss is this big sort of like, it looks a little bit like Isabella, but like if Isabella was a demon. It basically is a demon, I think. And I'm going to sort of ruin the mechanics a little bit. Don't just attack the big monster, Balthazar or whatever he's called, because he has this sort of barrier underneath him that you need to get rid of. He has like, I think it's like 10 million HP or something. You're never going to kill him basically. What you need to do, there's these little mobs called pumpkins or something like that. You need to kill those, and then they have like heads that you throw at the monster, and that takes down the defenses. It sounds weird. It's actually sort of like fun mechanic. There's more mechanics involved in the fight, but I'm not going to ruin the whole thing for you. But it is a very, very, very cool world boss that comes as part of a seasonal event. And the rewards are also pretty interesting. You're going to be able to guarantee some Gearscore 600 items if you're like a crafter as well. You can get a 600 Gearscore greatsword almost right off the bat. And then the reward is basically this legendary Ichor, I think it's called. I can't remember. It's Balthazar's Ichor or something like that. Then you go back to the cauldron in town, effectively like convert it with the cauldron. Then you get like a cachet. In that cachet you get tokens, you get gold, and just I got a pattern as well. So the rewards are pretty useful and the experience is pretty fun. I can imagine this really popping off on live, and it's really good to see this kind of world boss on the game as well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about what I've just shown you. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.